Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the LSU Tigers and the Texas Longhorns. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sidelines. Holly?
Hey guys, checking in with the Texas head coach before the game. He loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bishop. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. From the gun to give, looking for room. Fighting off the defender. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. This matchup, two teams in the top 5, just sort of whets the appetite for what we're going to see in the playoff, guys.
The selection committee is watching this one very closely because, David, both of these teams are easily talented enough to win it all. Only one can walk out of here with the dub.
Right, and what does it do? It sets up the seeding, right? It sets up the buys. It sets up the whole future of the college football playoff. And I think you want to punctuate that. You want to leave a lasting impression late in the season on the committee and show them, like, hey, we're the best in the country.
The Longhorns come to the line needing just inches for the first down. On the move. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations. You give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. And just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
After the strong run on second down, third down coming. Do they do it again? Quarterback will keep it. Got a little grass. And he's finally down, sliding in safely after the huge pickup.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. from the gun. They'll give it on the inside. They'll give him one to the 28-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Taylor wants to throw. Finds his man down the middle. Runs through. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Convert that third down on the slant. Now everybody sort of settles into the game.
Yeah, you do have nerves. I mean, everybody does. Opening drive, you've watched film, and how good are they really? And you get that first down. You throw the quick timing slant. Now, everybody settle in. We're good. We got this.
He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn.
That's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Morris. Breaks into the open. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Grabbed behind the line. It's Carr. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. To the air on second down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's got room. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. To the air, it's Henderson. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
You want the interception on defense, but most of the time coaches are preaching, knock the ball down, knock the ball down. It's not because they can't catch. But the defender's main job has to be separating that ball from the wide receiver, and usually that requires knocking that thing down as the wide receiver's trying to catch it.
Well, to say that this guy was unblockable in their last game is definitely an understatement. He was living in the opponent's backfield. He does it again very early in this one, David, and I know he was a guy this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned about, and early on, they don't have an answer for him.
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. Got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double-team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the RPO, complete. Turning it on. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Morris. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Swings it out to his running back. Touchdown, LSU! Haul that baby in and then for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Well, after giving up that touch...
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Slings it downfield. That's caught. It's Bishop. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Maybe some room here. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The run inside. It's Cross. Runs through a tackle. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Longhorns want to move quickly. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
This offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. Takes a hit as he fires.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's going to bring this one out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Back to pass, it's Henderson. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets a block. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. This quarterback part of their running game. Maybe a crease. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. There he goes. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. And the Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Tight end now in motion. Taylor wants to throw it. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. They'll send the back in motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Caught! They will score! Touchdown, Longhorns!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his...
Caught, and he's got room. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has...
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 20. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first. Well, so much for running out the clock. You get a huge play like that in your setup, maybe to put points on the board before the break. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellows, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the number 16 team, the Navy Midshipmen. And it's West Virginia setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. 2 teams who were very familiar with the end zone today.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Dropping back, it's Henderson.
The victory caps off a 7-5 regular season. Not the best outcome, but you'd have to think a bowl invite is on the way.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Morris. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quick catch on third down. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand, they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Morris.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Looking to throw, it's Henderson. He's got him. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made him look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Gets rid of it. The short hands, it's Carr. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Got it behind the line. It's Carr. Touchdown LSU! And they take it in for 6 more points. Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it out. It's Bishop. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Taylor wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
And the Longhorns are flying down the field.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting.
Intercepted for the 11th time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Pulled and finds his man on the left. Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary, catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Motion from the back. Got a man, it's Carr. He stopped at the 32-yard line, pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. And that is why you call it a safety valve. You avoid the quarterback getting hit, and you also release the pressure that's being applied on the offense.
Defense is going to have to think about this in the future because you live and die by the blitz. It's great to try and get extra bodies getting after the quarterback, but then you risk running backs leaking out of the backfield and hurting you in the passing game.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Henderson. They're working that left side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
He'll get rid of it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And he got it! They've stretched out the lead, and now they can't catch it with a field goal.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They want to run this quarterback. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Taylor wants to throw it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He's past the 30. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
4th quarter, obviously trailing in a football game, you're going to need this dude, your quarterback, to make plays. And you got to call plays like this where it's a pass and he still takes off and gets the first down. It's his time. It's the 4th quarter. You're trailing. The ball's in his hands.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. Calls his own number. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
This could be the biggest play of the game so far. 3rd down and 2. Taylor wants to throw. On target. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on Luke, Jesse. Just another good run, another good run, another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills today.
And the Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. A run for the quarterback. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? The offense changing the play. Might as well stick with him. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Timeout called by LSU. That's their 2nd. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the Tigers will spend their 3rd and final timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Push ahead on the sneak. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He stopped again, and they tried to convert this short yardage with the running game and have had 0 success. It's 4th down.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now. So take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. #1 team in the land gets knocked off. But sometimes this gives you a chance to recalibrate some things, guys.
Yeah, and they're going to have to go back and watch this film and face some tough truths as well, because we know they've got a ton of talent. And this is a team that when they're playing their A game, they look like the best team in the country, David. Consistency, though, is going to be a big thing for them moving ahead.
Yeah, so you got to use this. You got to look at what you did wrong. You got to say, okay, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. Just because we were #1, that doesn't mean anything until the end of the season. And you're the last guy standing, and you have the trophy. So take this loss, work on some of those things you think you need to work on so it doesn't happen again.
This has been a presentation of EA